the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the official streaming partner of the WPIAL, featuring exclusive coverage of all playoffs and championships, stretching across 10 counties, 2,000 broadcasts a year, live and forever archived. Trib, hssn.triblive.com. WPIAL Semifinal football action on HSSN is sponsored by Seton Hill University, Excella Health, the United States Air Force Reserve, and California University of Pennsylvania. Also, our semifinal game, Class 3A, is brought to you by Mr. Water Heater, Carlow University, Comfort Keepers, and Trib Total Media. Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening, and what a great place to be on this spectacular Friday night, the penultimate weekend of the WPIAL playoffs in a battle of undefeated teams. North Catholic, the home team here at Mars High School, overall 8-0 after a 6-0 record in the conference, and North Catholic in the quarterfinals beat Mount Pleasant 35-14. North Catholic in the semifinals of the WPIAL for the third time in the last 4 years. Facing Elizabeth Forward 7-0 overall, 5-0 in conference play with a quarterfinal win over Freeport, 34-20. And for Elizabeth Forward, that win a week ago, its first playoff win since 2000. Bob Orquist alongside, friends.
Absolutely, what a great place to be. One step away from the championship game to be held next Friday. 7 o'clock at North Allegheny. The 6A championships tonight. The other 5 classifications will go next weekend. So it's an exciting time. Mike Colodi talking about trying to get this program, past just getting to the playoffs and winning some playoffs and getting to the championship will be great. They're in the semifinals for the first time since 1999, where they lost 28-0 to Bell Vernon. On the other side of the coin, you talked about it 3 times 4 years, 9 straight playoff appearances for North Catholic in 14 to 15 years. They've been in the playoffs. They've been in the semifinals 7 times in that period. The problem is they're 1-6, so they'd like to get past that, get to the title game since they won the championship back in 2013.
The winner of this game will take on the defending champions and the number 1 seed, Central Valley, or the number 4 seed from Keystone Oaks. That game tonight is at Central Valley. There are 10 semifinal games in the WPIAL tonight and 1 championship game, the 6A title game being decided at North Hills at Monterelli Stadium. The number 1 seed club, North Allegheny, against number 3 and defending champion Central Catholic. And with the semifinals, the 10 semifinal games tonight in the WPIAL, the championship games coming up next weekend. North Catholic and Elizabeth Forward. Pat O'Shea is the head coach of North Catholic, his 4th year leading the Trojans. He's been a part of this North Catholic program for a long, long time. A graduate of Seneca Valley, went to college in Clarion, and Pat O'Shea teaches in the Seneca Valley School District. Mike Colodi is the head coach of Elizabeth Forward, 6th year leading the EF football program, 37 wins in 6 years. The officials for the game: Tom Trilly is the referee, Brian Farah the umpire, Dave King the head linesman, Dan O'Toole the line judge, Jacob Hartman the field judge, and Mike Miller the side judge.
Both of these teams very good defensively on the season, average-wise 10.4 for Elizabeth Forward, 8.9 for North Catholic, although the Trojans average 44 points a game. They've scored 50 touchdowns, which is a great amount in their 8 games this season. They'll get they deferred, so EF will get the ball first. But looking at defensively for Elizabeth Forward, started the year with 2 shutouts in the first 3 games, 14 points in a double overtime win over South Allegheny, 14 against Mount Pleasant, 19 in a win over Southmoreland, and 20 last week in their win over Freeport.
Elizabeth Forward will defend the goal, the northern goal, to our left, and we are underway. It is Mervis at the 10-yard line with a fake reverse, going to the far sideline and brought down, tripped up just after going past the 20-yard line by Jack Fennell. And here is Elizabeth Forward. The offense, Zion White is the quarterback, Grant Robinson the center, Nicholas Murphy, Logan Jester are the guards, Chase Watton and Jared Pra are the tackles.
Mike Colodi said that Murphy in that interior line, Nicholas Murphy, at 6'3", 2A, the junior, has played very, very well. Again, we talked about it in our pregame. They moved Chase Watton from H-back and tight end, and he'll play offensive tackle for the Warriors.
White, the quarterback, in a shotgun. He's got two running backs to his right. And following the blocks of those running backs, gets to the 25-yard. I take that back. Mervis took that snap, and Primrose makes the tackle. There's Mervis who took the snap, and he gains a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 9 in this 3A semifinal game.
We'll see either of those go. Mervis ran Wildcat a few games ago, did very well. White mentioned in his first varsity start, throwing for over 242 yards, so brings a different weapon, and now we see White in there. And
now Mervis going to take the snap.
Oh, yeah, Mervis will take the snap. White is actually one of the sidecars.
Mervis tucks the ball under his left arm, and he goes around the left end and bounces off the tackle of Laconey and is brought down at the 32-yard line, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 for Elizabeth Forward.
Mervis, pretty good size, the senior, 6'1", 187. Can also play a wide receiver. Good stiff arm right there. Laconey actually did force him out, but he did get the stiff arm and got 3 extra yards after the Carson Laconey hit.
Now White is in the slot. He is the guy listed as quarterback, but the formation, once again, the shotgun. Mervis to take the snap on the Wildcat. On a 3rd and 2, tucks it under his arm and gets the 1st down. Our 1st down brought to you by Mr. Water Heater. And ball carried out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Elizabeth Forward.
3 carries for Mervis, 15 yards from the first 3 plays for scrimmage. And again, they ran for 310 yards last week in the win over Freeport. And that's what they want to do, keep this offense of North Catholic talking about 40-plus points and 50 touchdowns. You keep that on the sideline if you're controlling the ball.
Once again, the snap will go to Mervis with Brownfield and Flournoy as the blockers to his left and going left off left guard, and found some running room and carries the ball down to the tripped up at the 45-yard line by Nick Maher. And it is a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 for Elizabeth Forward. 2.5 minutes into this game. 3A semifinals. Elizabeth Forward and North Catholic, no score. White in there now to take the snap between a couple of running backs. And the handoff to Flournoy, who is tripped up right about the line of scrimmage by Musto. So no gain on the play, and it's 3rd down and 4 for Elizabeth Forward at its 45-yard line. No score in the game, 9:02 remaining in the first quarter. The winner of this game to play either Central Valley or Keystone Oaks. Boyd goes flanking to the left side. Mervis in the slot. And White to take the snap. White's got it, looking to throw, looks left, fires left, and it's caught at the 46-yard line by Boyd. That is at the North Catholic 45-yard line. It is a Mr. Water Heater 1st down. 2nd one of this drive for Elizabeth Forward. No score in the game, 8:38 remaining in the first quarter. A battle of undefeated teams. White will take the snap here. Brownfield and Flournoy, the running backs. And the handoff to Flournoy, who is hit at the line of scrimmage. And may have been a loss of a half a yard on the play. Stopped by Seamus Straub. That's a loss of a yard. And back to the 47-yard line of North Catholic. It is 2nd down and 11. 2nd and 11 for Elizabeth Forward. here at Mars High School, the home field of North Catholic. And North Catholic's had a tremendous amount of success using this as its home field. White, 2nd down and 11. Hand off Brownfield. Trying to take it outside, but he is smothered under after a gain of a yard. 3rd and 10 forthcoming for Elizabeth Forward. And Pierce Corey and Tyler Primrose made the tackle. 3rd down and 10. The ball for Elizabeth Forward at the North Catholic 46-yard line. The red and white of Elizabeth Forward. The red and gold of North Catholic. And white. In the pistol formation, he's got 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. White steps up, firing down the near sideline, and it is out of bounds, intended for Nico Mervis down around the 10-yard line. So here's a 4th down and 10 for Elizabeth Forward at the North Catholic 46-yard line. And Smith into punt from about his 40-yard line.
Smith All-Conference says upon her last year for Elizabeth Forward. Also doubles as the place kicker.
Liam Straub is back around the 13-yard line of North Catholic. High snap, but the punt is off. And the ball hits at the 22-yard line of North Catholic and goes out of bounds near the 19. Here is North Catholic with the ball. First time in the game, no score, 7:05 remaining in the first quarter, no score. North Catholic and Elizabeth Forward.
Prentice has a glove. He's right-handed
19-yard line.
Excuse me, Lanny. Glove on the left hand. Fighting a hand injury, has the right thumb taped up. That limits him a little bit defensively for a few games, but he's rounding back to health.
Empty backfield for the first play from scrimmage for North Catholic. Joey Prentice takes the snap and a dump-off screen pass to the right side. And carrying well, we got a flag on the play, our first penalty of the game, as the throw was to Benson. Matthias Benson from a tight end position was in motion. And the ball carrier, Benson, got it out to the 29-yard line of North Catholic, but a penalty on the play. Holding against North Catholic. The line of scrimmage before that play was the 19-yard line. The mark-off is from the 25 and back to the 15. It will be 1st and 14. 1st and 14 for North Catholic. No score in the game, 6:56 remaining in period number 1. And there is not a play clock available for us, no play clock on the field. 1st and 14. Prentice. And we got a whistle just as the ball is about to be snapped.
I think that's going to be procedure. North Catholic was really confused all the way and moving. Prentice was moving people around. At the end, Topinski, who's a running back, was moved. They went and had a conversation with each other, and Topinski actually lined up in slot right, but again, not on the same page. So you had a completed pass, but a 10-yard penalty, and now a 5-yard pre-snap penalty makes it 1st and 19.
At the North Catholic 10-yard line, the handoff to Topinski. Tried to go straight forward. He gets through the line, cuts it to the near side, and is brought down from behind at the 21-yard line by Boyd. By Nico Mervis. Great job by Mervis to track him down. Brought him down to the 22-yard line. So that's a gain of 12. It is now 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for North Catholic. Halfway point of the first quarter, no score. 3A semifinal game. The winner to play the winner of Central Valley and Keystone Oaks. Topinski in the backfield as the running mate of Prentice. And the handoff on the end around. Jet sweep. Leon Straub went left. Now cutting it back right, but he is thrown down for a loss on the play.
Mervis again. Liam Straub coming in with a jet sweep play and come to the near side, but that was stacked up by EF. Tried to reverse it. Settles on the tackle now. Tom Trulli talking it over to see where this flag is. It's in the backfield near the 17.
Personal foul.
Shot block. On the Trojans.
This drive started for North Catholic at a 19-yard line. No score. First quarter, 5:37 remaining.
So Straub, this would take off the gain, or at least from the line of scrimmage, because it's dropped in the backfield with that, illegal double team chop block. We'd have to distance here from the 17 if they choose it. They're talking with Mike Colodi on the far side.
Tom Trulli, the referee, remember for the playoffs, they picked the better officials. The personal foul and the penalty is declined. It will be
because Straub got a loss of 4, Lanny. So Wright's decision to bring up third and 12 after that.
The play marker's not where the ball is, and we've got a flag on the play.
It's going to cost.
And the penalty is against Elizabeth Forward.
Yeah, they encroached on that. So 3rd and 7, a little bit more manageable than
up to the
22
yard line. The first down marker is the 29. A drive that has lasted a minute and a half and hasn't gone anywhere yet. Prentice, shotgun, empty backfield. 3rd and 7. Prentice set to throw and is brought down at the 11-yard line by Chase Watton. And North Catholic will be forced to punt. No score in the game. 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
That's a loss of 11. There's Watton. Wise got the Division I scholarship to Bowling Green. Had 12 sacks last year and just beat his man on the right side and dropped Prentice for the first sack of the game. And now North Catholic will punt from inside their own 5.
And Boyd takes it at the 49-yard line of North Catholic. Far side numbers, 40, 35, 30, and then run out of bounds. And here's Elizabeth Forward with the football in great field position. No score, 4:27 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, that's actually a good punt, but a 20-yard return by Chase Boyd. As that ball gets to the North Catholic 29. Topinski forced them out, but a great job defensively. A couple penalties kind of made that drive difficult for North Catholic. The sack by Watton, the good punt return, and Elizabeth Forward sets up possession number 2 inside the 30 of the Trojans.
'29-yard line. Snap to Mervis, following 2 blockers going to the right, turning the corner. Mervis is tripped up around the 26-yard line and tackled by Isaiah Jackson. They spot the tackle at the 25. That's a gain of 4 for Nico Mervis. 2nd down and 6. The ball for Elizabeth Forward at the North Catholic 25-yard line.
Kind of like this formationally with the 2 sidecars because you get some extra blockers in motion and moving. So Mervis takes his direct snap, and the sidecars are actually to his left. He runs right, but those 2 guys come out as lead blockers to the right. They've got ahead of steam, and it worked for 4 yards for Mervis on that play.
Now White in the shotgun between Brownfield and Flournoy. Handoff, Flournoy going left. He's got a first down and gets to the 15-yard line. A Mr. Water Heater first down for Elizabeth Forward before the tackle of Joey Prentice. Ball down to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Elizabeth Forward. No score in the game, 3:30 remaining in the first quarter. Mervis going to flank right. Boyd left. And once again, it'll be White to take the snap in between Brownfield and Flournoy. Handoff. Coming to the right side is Brownfield. Tried to cut it back up and is brought down about the 9-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 brought down by Peyton Jones. Ball at the 9-yard line. 2nd down and 5. 2nd and 5 for Elizabeth Forward, this battle of undefeated teams. Once again, White in between Brownfield and Flournoy. Flanked out to the right side, Mervis, along with Settles. And the pass is deflected around about the 5-yard line by Laconi on that cut-in route for Elizabeth Forward and defended particularly well. It is now 3rd down and 5 at the 9-yard line of North Catholic for Elizabeth Forward. No score in the game, 2:29 remaining in period number 1.
Slant route, that's Boyd. He's their top receiver. He's 9 receptions, 288 yards. The Warriors are going to be penalized for an illegal man downfield. Boyd had a great game earlier in the season. We're getting some big yardage, and now they do take the penalty back, take the yardage back towards the 15.
Just inside the 15-yard line. Let's call it 2nd down and 10. We'll call it at the North Catholic 14-yard line for Elizabeth Forward. Settles, flanking right. Boyd to the left. And White in the slot to the right as Mervis will take the snap. Mervis with the shovel pass ahead to Brownfield, and Brownfield spins his way inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2:20 remaining in period number 1. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5 for Elizabeth Forward.
Kind of like that play call. They saw the pressure coming, so you either get a hot route or you get rid of it quick. White saw it coming, a little flip to Brownfield, and he picks up 5, gets the ball back inside the 10-yard line, getting back the penalty yardage.
Final 2 minutes, period number 1. 3A semifinal game, Elizabeth Forward and North Catholic. Boyd flanked right. Mervis in the slot now moves from the right side to the left side of the formation. White the handoff. Brownfield bounces off a tackle and is able to pick up maybe another additional yard after a couple of ricochets off North Catholic players. Minute 25 left, period number 1.
Tell you who made that play.
8-yard line.
He's not going to get credited for the tackle, but Primrose, because Brownfield goes into the line and is hit, bounces it out, and has idea to come to the near side and run it outside. But Tyler Primrose grabs him, forces him back inside where he swallowed up, and now we get Andrew Smith on for a field goal attempt.
And the ball will be put down at the 15-yard line, a 25-yard attempt. And the kick is good. 25-yard field goal. 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Elizabeth Forward 3, North Catholic nothing.
So Andrew Smith, good on the 25-yarder, his 3rd field goal this season, so you take that. First drive, 9 plays and a punt, that an 8-play drive. Not a lot of yards because it started at the 29, but it took time off the clock, and you're Elizabeth Forward, you're on the road, you've got a 3-0 lead against the number 2 seed.
Smith, who does all the kicking for Elizabeth Forward. Extra points, field goals, kickoffs. She's also the punter. These two teams were in the same conference in 2018-2019. North Catholic won both of those games.
Also passed in the playoffs a few years ago. North Catholic also won that game.
And Liam Straub back at the 5-yard line. And the kick from Smith trundled down to the 20-yard line, out of bounds, but the ball might have been touched by a North Catholic player at the 30. No, apparently not. It is a penalty marker that comes out. And now 3 options for North Catholic, most likely taking the ball at its 35-yard line for its 2nd possession of the game. First possession for North Catholic started at its 19-yard line, and nothing was forthcoming from that drive. 54 seconds, period number 1. Prentice, the quarterback, he's got Topinski in the backfield with him. Ball is on the hash mark of the far side at the 35-yard line, and the North Catholic team now looks for pictures, and that's the indication of what the offense is. 3 wideouts left, open side of the field. Prentice is going to roll to the left, right-handed quarterback in some trouble, and he now stops at the 25-yard line, dumps it off a completed pass to Jackson. Jackson gets away from a tackler and then steps out of bounds. First down, a Mr. Water Heater first down. Quite a play by Prentice in major trouble, but was able to stay alive long enough, and then he got help from Jackson on a comeback route.
That's all on Joey Prentice because he was under a lot of pressure and then scrambled around. You were thinking maybe he throws it away, but Jackson doing what he needs to do, comes back to his quarterback and just set stationary right on the near sideline, right on the money. Actually just stepped out the 45, or he would have been into Elizabeth Forward territory here late in the first quarter.
First down and 10, 41 seconds remaining. Period 1, 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. Prentice, shotgun. Handoff to Topinski, straight ahead. Topinski gains about 3 yardage to the 48-yard line to bring up a second down and 7, 30 seconds still remaining in period 1.
Spencer Ross in one of the rotating nose guards makes the tackle on Topinski after the 3-yard pickup.
Second down and 7. 48-yard line of North Catholic. 10 seconds remaining in period 1. Here's the snap. Prentice to throw. Fires down the near sideline, and it is incomplete around the 17-yard line. Mazaraj was the intended receiver.
Settles on the coverage.
Pretty strong coverage, too, by Settles.
You can say that again.
And we've got 3.5 seconds remaining, period 1, 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads.
Stride for stride down the near sideline they went. Kind of like that play call on 2nd and 7, trying to throw it deep.
Ball at the 48-yard line of North Catholic, 3rd down and 7. This should be the final play of the first quarter in this 3A semifinal game. And Topinski got the handoff, and there was nothing there.
Straub.
Straub, I'm sorry.
He wishes it was Topinski.
Liam Straub, the ball carrier, and Straub, the junior, brought down. That's the end of the first quarter. Elizabeth Forward 3, North Catholic nothing on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Unlock your story and find the power to do amazing things. California University of Pennsylvania gives you the keys to unlock your passions, your abilities, your dreams. With over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs and degrees, CalU will help you shape your story, change your world, and build your future. Unlock your story. Learn more at calu.edu.
No hot water.
Okay, we get it. You have no hot water. But Mr. Water Heater is an essential business that is available 24 hours a day to meet all of your water heater repair needs. We have the best prices around. We follow all CDC recommended guidelines in order to keep you and your family safe. Call today and we will try our very best to get you same-day service. 412-823-6000 or visit us on the web at MrWaterHeater.com.
And we'll have a punt to start the second quarter coming from the North Catholic 34-yard line and out of bounds. Or no, I take that back. On the far sideline, the ball's going to be declared down at the Elizabeth Forward 31-yard line. North Catholic with the ball twice, punting twice, and unable to do much to put together much offense at all. Now Elizabeth Forward at the 31-yard line in the opening 10 seconds of period 2.
Only 17 plays in the first quarter for Elizabeth Forward, 8 minutes and 20 seconds on the time of possession, and a 3-0 lead after the first 12 minutes.
A familiar set, the quarterback White in between Flournoy and Brownfield. Handoff Flournoy, gets a running corridor pretty much straight ahead. He started left and then saw the opening and cut to it and is brought down at the 35-yard line by Matthias Benson for, the spot of the ball is the 34-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for Elizabeth Forward.
The trio, Brownfield, Mervis, Flournoy, they were great last week against Freeport. They've kind of shared the load equally so far tonight. 3 carries for Brownfield, 5 for Mervis. That was the 4th for Kyle Flournoy.
Now Mervis to get the snap. 2nd down and 7 for Elizabeth Forward. Mervis is throwing for a loss. He was hit at the 32-yard line. That should be his forward progress. Then pushed back. Musto was there to lead the defensive charge for North Catholic. The ball is at that spot is the 33, and a loss of a yard. It is 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 at the 33-yard line for Elizabeth Forward, leading 3-0. Opening minute and a half, period number 2. And now White getting ready to take the snap. Pistol formation. White looking to throw left. And it is going to run and be brought down shy of the 1st down. Stopped at the 38-yard line defensively for North Catholic. Topinski was there. And it'll be a 4th down at a 2nd punt for Elizabeth Forward. Liam Straub standing back at the North Catholic 30-yard line. Smith, the punter. This punt will come from the Elizabeth Forward 28-yard line. Liam Straub is pushed back to the 21-yard line, center of the field. Comes up to the 15 or to the 25, and then is brought down. Elizabeth Forward with the ball 3 times, 2 punts, and a field goal. Now it is North Catholic's 3rd time with a football.
Just a reminder, coming up at halftime, I believe it's the final halftime show with Dawn Rebel and Chris Harlan, brought to you by California University of Pennsylvania. They will switch to the road to Hershey. We'll talk about the PIAA state playoffs coming your way at the halftime, and those playoffs coming your way next week and within 2 weeks for teams from the WPIAL.
North Catholic, 1st down and 10 at its 27-yard line. Empty backfield. Prentice, junior quarterback, barking signals. And the snap a bit low, but he handles it all right. Prentice rolling right, coming to the near side. And Prentice stops near the sideline, cuts back towards the center of the field, still on his feet to the 30, 35, and brought down right around the 1st down marker by Settles. What 2nd time we've seen Prentice do a fabulous job of keeping the play alive. A 1st down, a Mr. Water Heater 1st down at the 38-yard line of North Catholic, trailing Elizabeth Forward 3-0 with 9:10.
Really,
still remaining in the
great
first period.
Escapability for Joey Prentice. Earlier, he threw it. This time, he decides to run it. Both times, picking up 1st downs.
Faking the handoff to Kabinski straight ahead, and Prentice gets into Elizabeth Forward territory. A 1st down, a Mr. Water Heater 1st down to the Elizabeth Forward 47.
Consecutive runs of 10 and 14 for Joey Prentice. That time, a designed quarterback draw up the middle. Consecutive 1st downs as well for the Trojans, and first time they've moved into Elizabeth Forward territory in this game.
Prentice. He has Topinski to his right. Liam Straub in the slot to the right. The wide out to the right side, Maher. The snap is handled, though it was not a clean snap at all. And Prentice, after making sure that he had control of the ball, and he kept it, and then is throwing down at the line of scrimmage at the 47-yard line. At the Elizabeth Forward 47, Logan Jester there, and we've got a player down. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Prentice is the player who's shaken up for North Catholic. I think he was kind of spun around. It was a high tackle. Almost thought it could have been potentially a face mask. We would see Carson Laconey, I would think, coming in as the backup quarterback, and I see 2 in there. And Prentice will at least have to come out for a play. Doesn't seem, again, he's been battling that right hand injury. Doesn't seem to be, at least to me, anything to do with that, but maybe on the high tackle, got a little bit shaken up.
Ball at the 47-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. Second down and 10, 3-0 in favor of Elizabeth Forward on the 25-yard field goal by Smith. Here's the snap, and up there's a flag right before the snap as Laconii was ready to take the snap, and with a new quarterback in there, or a new signal caller, a false start against North Catholic, moving the ball back into North Catholic territory to the 48-yard line, and it will be second down and 15.
Got to be careful. Prentice was hurt a couple games ago, and Laconii came in, threw a couple interceptions, had a couple fumbles, but did come back into the game and throw 2 touchdowns. If you're North Catholic, you cannot have those turnovers here in the semifinals, and you get there. You mentioned new quarterback. It takes you out of your rhythm. That cost the Trojans 5 on the procedure call.
Second and 15, ball at the North Catholic 48-yard line. Laconii, handoff to Pinsky straight ahead. He's got a lot of running room. Found a big opening and close to a first down. He carries the ball to the 38-yard line. Is going to bring up a third down and 1 as Zach Boyd made the tackle, and here comes Prentice back in. Also Jared Pry on the tackle. So the quarterback Prentice is back in. It is third down and 1 for North Catholic at the Elizabeth Forward 38-yard line. 6:50 left in the period. Period number 2 it is.
First time tonight we've seen either team go under center. Prentice is actually going to take this snap right behind the center.
Handoff on the end around and going out the far sideline 20 and down about the 16-yard line is Maher. Nick Maher in that H-back position in the first down, brought to you by Mr. Water Heater. First and 10. North Catholic trailing 3-0.
It's going to be a 22-yard pickup. Nice little inside handoff.
17-yard line at the Elizabeth Forward 17. Prentice shotgun. Topinski gets the handoff, goes off right guard, but he's brought down after a gain of 2 and tackled by Chase Watton. Halfway point of the second period. That gain of 2, second and 8. 15-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. By the way, not that it's a big deal, but most of the play in this game has been to the southern goal line. To our right, as we call the action from the catbird seat, Topinski, the running back under center. Once again, Prentice, and a timeout called by North Catholic. 5:33 remaining in the second quarter. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. Hoping to provide you with the best seat in the house. 10 semifinal games today, 1 6A championship game. Don Rebel will have all the scores and recaps from around Western Pennsylvania on the postgame show.
Tonight's game, the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game was intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited.
All right, the situation, the ball is at the Elizabeth Forward 15-yard line. It is second down and 8 for North Catholic, and Elizabeth Forward leads 3-0. Just a little bit past the halfway point of period number 2. Empty backfield. Prentice has 3 wideouts right and 1 left. Leon Straub in motion to the left, and here is the option play, but Prentice doesn't flip it to Straub, holds on to the ball, and is brought down. That's going to be a loss on the play, brought down at the 16-yard line, and next forthcoming 3rd and 9.
I like the option play and the option call, but Sukup makes the tackle, but Watton actually tripped up Prentice, and I think Watton's trip did not allow Prentice to option it and pitch it to Straub, so they end up losing one.
Mazarars is flanked out to the left. Maher is the wide receiver right with Liam Straub in the slot. Running back Topinski. Gets the handoff and is throwing for a loss back at the 20-yard line. Devontae Brownfield with a big stop. The ball is back at the 19-yard line. 4th down and 11, and now North Catholic to try a field goal. The spot of the ball will be the 26-yard line. Marsico with the kick, and it is short out of the hold of Corey. And so the defensive Elizabeth forward holds and maintains its 3-0 lead with 4:08 remaining in the second quarter. 3A semifinal game.
That's a pretty good drive, over 5 minutes for North Catholic, 9 plays. Marsico had 1 field goal on the year, 35, so that would have been his season long. But Watton came in. I don't think Watton got a hand on that, but just short. And Elizabeth forward holds. They lead 3-0, and they start their 4th possession, actually, at their own 20-yard line. We're going to get a timeout.
4:08 left before intermission. 3-0 Elizabeth forward over North Catholic on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
An art therapist, an attorney, a currency options broker on Wall Street, a paleontologist, a member of the PA House of Representatives, a cancer researcher, a teacher. These are just a few examples of how Seton Hill University graduates are changing the world. In fact, 98% of Seton Hill graduates move on to careers or advanced degrees within 1 year of graduation. This is well above the national average. But then, Seton Hill students and faculty are well above average too. Learn more at setonhill.edu/visit campus.
That'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Elizabeth forward. Elizabeth forward, perfect record of 7-0. North Catholic, perfect 8-0. Boyd to flank left, settles right, and White set to take the snap. Fakes a handoff, rolling left, dump off pass, incomplete. Good defensive play there by Laconi on the pass that was intended for Flournoy coming out of the backfield.
Got to be careful too, because he throws that out in front. If he doesn't lead, Flournoy throws behind him. Laconi picks that off and generally gets into the end zone for the game's first touchdown. So fortunate Zion White, it's incomplete instead of intercepted.
2nd down and 10. Elizabeth forward has the ball at its 20-yard line. And Mervis set to take the snap. 4:04 left in the second quarter. Mervis going to roll right, far side, and Mervis bounced out of bounds near the 25-yard line by Nick Maher. Flag down. There was a 2nd and 10 play and a gain of 5.
That's a personal
foul against North Catholic. So move the ball all the way out to the Elizabeth forward 40-yard line. A Mr. Water Heater first down.
Mentioned earlier, I like the double sidecars. That time they were sidecar right, and he ran right. Earlier there was sidecar opposite, and they had his team. This time Mervis gets it. The 2 sidecars take off. They do their job. He turns to the corner, gets 5, and then he's hit late out of bounds, and that's an extra 15. And another first down for Elizabeth forward.
Boyd left, settles right. Also into the slot to the right is White. Mervis to take the snap. Got 2 sentries in the backfield with him, 1 on each side. Fake of the handoff. Keeping it, coming into the near side is Mervis, but he is brought down just as he was about to turn the corner by Matthias Benson. What a tremendous play, Benson turning it on to not allow the running back to get outside. There's a gain of 1 on the play.
Well, it's plays like that. You can see why Matthias Benson was all conference last year, linebacker. He doesn't get to Mervis. Mervis turns the corner on the near side, at least gets to the 45, but really good job by Benson, the senior, at 6'3", 175.
Second down and 9. Ball at the Elizabeth forward 41-yard line. 3:20 remaining in the second quarter. White fires, screen pass right, and a good gain here for Elizabeth forward, deep into North Catholic territory on the pass to Brownfield, and Brownfield gets all the way down to the North Catholic 36-yard line or 37-yard line. It is another Mr. Water Heater first down.
That'll be an 18-yard pickup. It's 3 of 6 for Zion White. They'll make it 3 of 5, and that's 2 catches for Brownfield. Nice job to cut inside. There was a player there for North Catholic who read the screen, but Brownfield just cut inside of him and then squared his shoulders and turned it upfield.
Mervis set to take the snap. Elizabeth forward stacks the offense to the right. And Mervis straight ahead, and a gain of 1 on the play. Got to the 36-yard line before being stopped by Kopak. Second down and 9 for Elizabeth forward. 2:11 remaining in the second quarter.
I chuckle because you say stack to the right and look up. There are 2 sidecars right. There are 3 bunches to the right, too. So that is indeed stacking it to the right, even though Mervis ran opposite and picked up 1 to the left.
Second down and 9. Boyd left, Settles right. Also White, the quarterback, in the slot right. And Mervis to take the snap. Second down and 9. He's got 2 blockers to the left, and he's coming left. Near side, and Mervis is bounced down and out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Stops the clock still going. 1:23 left. He didn't get out of bounds. Benson made the tackle at the 33-yard line. Third down and 6 at the 33-yard line of North Catholic.
Third down and 6.
Once again, Settles right. Boyd left. And White pistol. Third down and 6. Final minute of the second quarter, and we've got a stoppage in play here. 3-0 Elizabeth forward leads. 3A semifinal game. The winner of this game will play either Central Catholic or Keystone Oaks in the championship game. Central Valley, excuse me. Did I say Central Catholic? I did, didn't I? Central Valley and Keystone Oaks.
I think there's
the other matchup in 3A.
Maybe a bloody issue, a bloody shirt for Chase Watton. And they have to come out and either get him a new uniform or clean that off on the far sideline.
Settles. And 3 wideouts to the right. This is third down and 6.
I think they're going to take a timeout. You can hear the coaches in the background. And they're telling him he can't take a timeout. Mike Colodey's he's not happy at all.
And now the referee, Tom Trilly, says start the clock. 48 seconds remaining. White, pistol, third and 6. 33-yard line of North Catholic. White fires, and it's intercepted at the 12-yard line. Near side, and Topinski brings it back. Turnover late in the game. Laconey, rather, with the interception. 35 seconds remaining. First turnover of the game. It is against Elizabeth Forward, and North Catholic has it at its 31-yard line.
Sure have been happy because they wanted a timeout before that play, even though the near side blocker, that was Jester, made a good block, but not a good throw by White. Laconii picks it off, but they could have took a timeout and settled things in. They were not granted that timeout.
That's the North Catholic 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Prentice steps up in the pocket and is brought down for a loss. Bear hug tackle by Nicholas Murphy, 280 pounds, 6'3". Second down. The ball's at the 30-yard line of North Catholic, 2nd and 11. 14 seconds left in the period. And that is halftime. 3A semifinal between Elizabeth Forward and North Catholic. The winner to play either Central Valley or Keystone Oaks in the championship game, which will be next Friday night at North Allegheny. The score at halftime, Elizabeth Forward 3, North Catholic nothing. This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For every concussion that happens in professional sports, 5,000 happen in high school games. That's why Excella Health is pleased to have concussion specialists on staff. Running the concussion program is Dr. Jim Masterson. Dr. Masterson is a credentialed impact consultant and leader in concussion management. Excella Health also has the most advanced equipment and experienced people. To make an appointment with Dr. Masterson, visit myexcelladoc.org or call 1-855-EXCELLA-DOC. That's 1-855-EXCELADOC.
A good story makes people listen. A good story communicated well makes people take action. Carlow University's communication majors become experts at taking a good story, telling it effectively in written, oral, or digital communication, and then instilling it with a call to action that could change the world. Carlow communication majors participate in internships with Pittsburgh's leading companies, which helps them apply what they learn in the classroom to the real world. If you want people to take action, major in communication at Carlow. Please visit carlow.edu or call the department chair at 412-578-6347.
Comfort Keepers, the area's leading in-home senior care company and winner of multiple Trib Live Reader's Choice Awards, is hiring caregivers to make a positive difference in the lives of seniors. Comfort Keepers offers competitive wages, a flexible schedule, and great benefits. If you have a kind, caring heart, this is the place for you. Located in the South Hills, Monroeville, Bridgeville, and the city of Pittsburgh, call Comfort Keepers today to start making a difference at 412-653-6100. That number again is 412-653-6100.
Bob and Spencer and I are at Mars High School, and the halftime score, Elizabeth Forward 3, North Catholic nothing. The only score of the game, a 25-yard field goal by Smith of Elizabeth Forward during the closing moments of the first quarter. Each team had the ball 4 times. The only turnover of the game in favor of North Catholic and against Elizabeth Forward, in addition to the field goal by Smith of Elizabeth Forward, North Catholic tried a 36-yard field goal a couple of minutes into the second quarter, and it was missed. Bob?
Oh, not a whole offense, a lot of offense to talk about, just the one field goal and then the missed field goal drive. So that's 4 possessions, a couple punts, a field goal, and an interception for the Warriors, and 2 punts, a missed field goal and half for North Catholic. I'll get you the offensive numbers when we come back. And again, not if you're totaling it up, let me see, that's 150, 160 combined for the two teams. So really not a lot of offense to talk about. Get some updated scores as well. I'll try to get some of those from around the network. I want to give a thank you. You mentioned Spencer and myself and you being here. Our crew tonight, the North Catholic crew taking care of us. John Hoffman is the producer and the director. Patrick Sharp and Noah McFadden on the cameras, and Aaron Kelly running the stats for us.
Halftime show brought to you by California University of Pennsylvania. Unlock your story at CalU. Visit calu.edu to learn more. Halftime score, Elizabeth Forward 3, North Catholic nothing. The winner of this game will play either Central Valley or Keystone Oaks for the 3A title. Now let's go to Don Rebel.
Welcome, halftime show, Trib Live, High School Sports Network. Chris Harlan, Don Rebel. We mean business. We're in the final step for some classifications on the way to NA and on the march to Martorelli. The WPIAL playoffs winding down, and then, of course, it looks like, although most people thought it may never come, the PIAA football playoffs. A shorter version will be all done by the end of the month. But nonetheless, we thought now, as with the district playoffs are winding down, Chris and I will get you ready looking ahead to the road to Hershey. One big thing that has changed, Chris, we've sort of got a feel for it here in the district playoffs, is the PIAA determining that they will indeed go with home field advantage.
Yeah, that's a big advantage in the state playoffs, too. The way it's worked over the years, one of the districts usually was the home district. You know, say in 4A last year, Thomas Jefferson was the representative in the state playoffs. The WPL got to host it, but they would put it somewhere else, like at North Hills or North Allegheny or another neutral site close to Thomas Jefferson. This year, though, if it's that district's turn to host, they get to put it right on their home field. So if Aliquippa or Thomas Jefferson or one of those teams that's in the position on the top of the bracket, and that's the way they're doing it this year, look at the bracket. Whoever's on the top of the bracket of the pairing, they get a home game, and they get to play it on their own home field this year. A big, big advantage in the playoffs. But also, one caveat to that, the PIAA board did say that if it's teams on opposite sides of the state, which does happen sometimes, you'll get a WPL team against a Philadelphia team. If that happens in the semifinals, they will find a neutral spot somewhere in the middle. They're not going to make a Pittsburgh team travel all the way to Philadelphia or a Philadelphia team travel all the way to Pittsburgh. That is there. But if you get two teams around here, maybe a WPL team against a District 10 team from up toward Erie, they could be coming down here, or we could be going up there. That's a big advantage this year for whoever gets that home field advantage.
Let's break down the brackets. We're going to do so. By the way, our halftime show is sponsored by CalU. Unlock your story at CalU. Visit calu.edu to learn more. 6A is the one classification where the WPIAL champion goes into the PIAA quarterfinals. The other ones go right into the Final Four. The quarterfinals next week will consist of the District 12 championship, likely St. Joe's against Archbishop Wood, the District 1 championship, the District 3 championship, and the WPIAL championship, which is going on tonight. The champion, by the way, Chris Harlan will have the story on that game, North Allegheny Central Catholic. The winner will play the winner of the District 10 championship, which is also being played Friday night.
Yeah, that's Erie McDowell and Erie High. But that's a game, it seems like if you've been following it for the last week or so, it's been on, then off, then on, then off, because Erie High had to shut down their program because of COVID, kind of typical of what we've seen this year. But they had to shut it down for a little while, but they got District 10 to agree to let them play. They're going to come back. I think they started practice on Wednesday, plan to practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and would have a District 10 championship game on Saturday. But if you're the WPIAL champion, I think you could most likely expect to see Erie McDowell because those two teams played each other twice already this year. McDowell won both of them. I think it was like 36-12 and then 20-0 in the rematch. So most likely it'll be McDowell, but at least Erie High gets a chance to try to earn their way into the state playoffs.
In 5A, the WPIAL champion in 2 weeks will head into the semifinals. The semifinals on one side of the bracket will be the District 1 champion against either the District 2, District 6, or District 10 champion. And on this side of the bracket, the WPIAL champion will take on the District 3 champion. District 3 semifinals this weekend. Governor Mifflin against Mechanicsburg. Warwick taking on New Oxford.
Yeah, this is one of those where the District 5 team in the WPIAL would have the home game. They're at the higher spot on the bracket. We'll see if they give them that home field advantage or not. I don't know if that one's been quite sorted out yet, whether District 3 and District 7 will play that home field advantage. But otherwise, that could be looking at a game maybe in Altoona.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Warwick, by the way, has been ranked in our HSSN state rankings all year. But I mean, you're talking 3 hours. But
absolutely.
Again, if you're going to do it, then do it. I understand the whole Pittsburgh Philly thing, but Pittsburgh and Central PA, I think you can have a true home field advantage.
And the PWA said they did that to try to limit travel for one school, and because it was harder to find neutral sites willing to host under COVID-19 conditions. A lot of schools just kind of said, you know what, I don't know if we want to open up our stadium to the two strange schools to come in and use it today and use our stadium, use our locker room. So it does make sense in a practical sense.
In Class 4A, you have District 3 champion on the other side of the bracket. They'll play the winner of the District 2, District 4 champion quarterfinal matchup. On the WPIAL side, the WPIAL champion will play one of 4 teams. Juniata, the District 6 champion, plays District 10 champion Oil City this weekend. And the other is a District 12, Monsignor Bonner Prendergast, taking on District 1 Upper Moreland.
Yeah, and a team to watch there, there's no Cathedral Prep in this 4A bracket this year. That was a team that Thomas Jefferson seemed to run into every year. Cathedral Prep has moved up to 5A, and they're actually on the other side of that 5A bracket, so the WPIAL champion wouldn't have to see them until the championship game. But in 4A, there's another pretty good District 10 team here in Oil City, 8-0. Convincing win last week, 51-14 over Harbor Creek. Third straight District 10 title for Oil City. They've got a pretty good running back, Cam Russell. Kid went for 200 yards, 4 touchdowns last week. So good chance he could be waiting there for the WPIAL champion.
We'll continue our look ahead to the road to Hershey, 3A, 2A, 1A. When the halftime show, sponsored by Cal U, continues on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
With Chris Harlan, I'm Don Rebel. We continue in Class 3A on the opposite side of the bracket. The 2A champ plays the District 3 champ, or the District 2 champ against District 3. District 4 against either District 1 or 12. On the WPIAL side, the WPIAL champion in 3A will play either the District 10 champion, that championship going on this weekend between Hickory and Grove City, or Martinsburg Central from District 6 or Bedford from District 9.
Yeah, when you look over these PWA districts in the brackets this year, you'll notice there are a few districts that are missing. They look a little bit different this year. No District 11. They opted out of the state playoffs because their season kind of started later than most others in the state, and they didn't want to try to wrap up in time for the PWA playoffs. Also, another one you'll notice, no District 8 or the Pittsburgh City League. They also opted out and won't be taking part in the football playoffs this year.
Class 2A, District 6 champion will play District 4 champion in one quarterfinal next week. District 3 champion will play either Dunmore out of District 2 or Bishop McDevitt out of District 12. On the WPIAL side of the bracket, the champion will play one of 4 teams in 2 weeks, either the District 5 champion, Berlin Brothers Valley or Chestnut Ridge, or the winner of the Wilmington-Karn City game, District 10 versus District 9.
Yeah, this is a tough side of the bracket. I think it really is for the WPIAL champion. Whoever it's going to be coming out, to have to maybe go through a Wilmington team that has won 5 straight District 10 titles. And even the Berlin Brothers Valley team. I think that's the team that tripped up Clareton a couple years ago in the state playoffs. So 2 pretty good football programs there. A big advantage, though, that district or that AA team from the WPIAL should have a home field advantage. So that would be a big one because you look at this Wilmington team, I saw a note that I think they've won more than 20 in a row at home, something like 22, 23 in a row. It'd be nice if that WPIAL champion gets to make them leave home and come down here and play them.
And finally, Class A, opposite side of the bracket is District 6. The District 6 champion will play either
a team from District 1, District 2, District 3, or District 4 in the semifinals. The WPIAL champion will play one of 4 teams, either a District 10 champion, Reynolds, taking on Eisenhower this weekend, or District 5 against District 9, Red Bank Valley, taking on Northern Bedford this weekend.
Yeah, I think Reynolds is probably the favorite coming in there. They're number 4 in the rankings. So it'll be one of those 2 teams, District 10, waiting for them. So we'll see you in a week.
Next week, we'll have more of an update on the road to Hershey during the halftime show. Sponsored by CalU. Unlock your story at CalU. Visit calu.edu to learn more. For Chris Harlan, I'm Don Rebel. Enjoy the second half of the game that you are checking out here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hearing from the North Catholic Band, earlier the Elizabeth Forward Band performed halftime at Mars High School, and the halftime score, Elizabeth Forward 3 and Mars nothing. Because we're at Mars, not surprising that we had a chance to see Scott Heinauer tonight, the Mars athletic director and outstanding football coach. The Mars football team lost in the quarterfinals to Thomas Jefferson a week ago, and
he celebrated 200 career wins this year.
He did indeed. October 16th, when Mars beat Greensburg-Salem 42-21. This is Scott Heinauer's 32nd year as the athletic director of Mars, and 29th year as head coach. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward over North Catholic.
Yep, just courtesy of the Andrew Smith field goal. Not many numbers. Brownfield has 7 yards rushing, 32 for Mervis, 13 for Kyle Flournoy, 5 for Zion White, so 57 yards on the ground, 29 for White in the air, no touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 receptions for Brownfield to lead Elizabeth Ford, just 86 yards rushing, 28 yards for Topinski to lead the way, 22 for Nick help me out on that? Nick Maher. Nick Maher. -4 for Straub, 12 for Prentice, 16 for Prentice, 2 of 3 throwing the football. So 58-16, 74 yards of offense for North Catholic. No turnovers, 4 penalties for the Trojans, 2 for Elizabeth Forward. So tweaks are needed, adjustments are needed on offense for both teams, I believe.
Interesting about the pronunciations of players, as you know, Bob. We rely on the coaches to provide us most times with pronunciations, and admittedly, sometimes head coaches don't know how to pronounce their kids' last name. So it was most gratifying for me that Pat O'Shea, when I talked to him before the game and asked for the pronunciation of a couple of his players, rather than lead me astray, he went in, got the players, brought them out, gave me the correct pronunciations, and I appreciate that.
I got a pronunciation tonight that you don't have to worry about. My friend Bob Giovanello is listening. You may know him better as KSW Hall of Famer Bobby Badfingers.
Yeah.
We say hi to Bobby Badfingers.
And you're sure he's
tonight.
listening?
I'm positive now he owes me $1, so we'll split that.
Okay. Speaking of Pat O'Shea, fourth-year head coach at North Catholic, he's been a part of the football program for a long, long time. A graduate of Seneca Valley, teaches in the Seneca Valley School District, and he and his wife, Michelle, have 7 children. Their oldest, Patrick, is part of the University of Pittsburgh Athletic Department, graduated from Pitt. Keegan, 21 years of age, he's a senior at Pitt. Finnegan is a sophomore at Pitt. Shaylin is a senior at North Catholic. Delaney, a sophomore at North Catholic. And then McGinnis and McGuire are students at St. Gregory.
That's just a great, wholesome Italian family right there, huh? That's Irish through and through with that family.
Well, and when we're thinking about Pat O'Shea, don't forget Frank Reagan and the Blue Bloods TV show tonight at 10 o'clock.
That's right.
My favorite TV show. Spencer and I will try to hustle back to see it. Mike Colodi, the head coach of Elizabeth Forward, 6th year. Last 4 years, 29-8, graduated from Burrell, played football at Muskegum, teaches phys ed in the South Park School District. 3-0, Elizabeth Forward leads North Catholic. Tonight, 6A championship game, North Allegheny and Central Catholic. And next week, there will be 3 championship games at North Allegheny. That championship game tonight between North Allegheny and Central Catholic is at North Hills. The 3 games at North Allegheny next weekend, A week from today, the 3A championship game between either Central Catholic and Keystone Oaks or Elizabeth Forward and North Catholic. That'll be a 7 o'clock game next Friday, 3A title game at North Allegheny. And then there will be 2 championship games at North Allegheny on Saturday the 14th, a week from tomorrow, 1 o'clock 4A championship, 7 o'clock 5A championship game. And there will be 2 championship games at North Hills a week from tomorrow. Single A game at 11 and the 2A game at 5 o'clock.
I will provide scoring updates after the break. You got to bring them back, right?
That's indeed it's called teasing. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward. Bobby and his numbers coming back in a moment on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Unlock your story and find the power to do amazing things. California University of Pennsylvania gives you the keys to unlock your passions, your abilities, your dreams. With over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs and degrees, CalU will help you shape your story, change your world, and build your future. Unlock your story. Learn more at calu.edu.
Did you know that 300,000 people in southwestern Pennsylvania are food insecure, including nearly 80,000 children? Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is here to meet this need. Through school breakfast and lunch, backpack, and summer food programs, the food bank's mission is to end hunger in our region. To learn more information, get help, or donate, call 412-460-FOOD or visit pittsburghfoodbank.org. Let's come together to make sure no child goes to bed hungry.
No hot water?
All right, we get it. You have no hot water. Well, Mr. Water Heater is available 24 hours a day as an essential business. Call us today and get the best prices around on both water heater repairs and replacements. We abide by all CDC recommendations to keep you and your family safe. Don't forget, when you have any trouble, give us a call at 412-823-6000 or visit us online at MrWaterHeater.com.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show presented by Comfort Keepers, only on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me and Team HSSN for all the scores with recaps from the top games and a wrap-up of the night's action on the HSSN Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show presented by Comfort Keepers, Friday nights after the game on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The scoreboard here at Mars High School reads Elizabeth Forward 3, North Catholic nothing at halftime. North Catholic to get the ball for the start of the third quarter. The only score of the game, the 25-yard field goal of Andrew Smith from Elizabeth Forward.
So other scores from around the WPIAL. Let me flip this over. Tell you that in the championship game at 6A, it's North Allegheny 14 and Central Catholic 10. In the 5A playoffs, Gateway 13-0 over Peters Township. Penn Trafford has a 21-7 lead after trailing 7-0 against Pine Richland. So Pine Richland has the lead in that game. 19-14 Bell Vernon. This is 4A leading Aliquippa, and at half it's Plum 17-13 over Thomas Jefferson. 3A opposite of this one, no surprise, 42-7 Central Valley over Keystone Oaks. That's been the MO for Central Valley all season long. 2A, Beaver Falls 22, Apollo Ridge 7. Sarah Catholic and Stowe Rocks are tied at 13. And in Class A, it's Clareton 26, Shenango 3. Jeanette leads Rochester 7-6.
And as we describe the action tonight of this game involving North Catholic's football team, the North Catholic school has 2 of its girls' teams competing in the WPIAL championships tomorrow. In girls soccer 2A, North Catholic against Avonworth at Gateway. And girls 2A volleyball tomorrow, North Catholic against Elwood City at Fox Chapel. Bobby, you've got that, right?
Yeah, I got the call on that. 2 people on the Lanny for Terry tree are on that game. Kyle Dawson. I'm an honorary Lanny for Terry tree member.
You are.
Myself and Kyle Dawson will be on the call of that. So you can watch this one tonight if you can't make it. Tomorrow, if you can't make it to the soccer championship, you can see that on the network. If you can't go to soccer and then come to volleyball, you can see that on the network as well.
Our halftime show brought to you by California University of Pennsylvania. Unlock your story at CalU. Visit calu.edu. I have one other note for you, by the way, about Pat O'Shea, the head coach of North Catholic. Pat's ringtone is a train whistle, and the reason why is that Pat's dad, Timothy, was in the railroad business, so logical connection there. And it will be Pat O'Shea's crew getting the ball for the start of the third quarter. North Catholic 8-0 overall this year, beating Mount Pleasant in the quarterfinals. Elizabeth Forward 7-0, defeating Freeport. By the way, think about it. If you know where Elizabeth Forward is, that's not your easiest way on a Friday night to get to Mars High School. I heard two stories. One, that they were going to go to the Turnpike and come up that way, and then somebody said they were going to go through Irwin and Route 30, and so I don't know how they decided to circumnavigate their way to Mars, but they made it here in plenty of time and find themselves out in front 3-0 in this semifinal game, as we hope to provide you with the best seat in the house. And North Catholic will be moving from left to right, as we call it. Spencer, tell me again, that is what, the northern goal line, Spencer, or the southern? That's the northern goal line. Okay, good. That is to our left. And Liam Straub is back deep. Maher is now back. Straub around the 8-yard line, and Maher is at the 15 as Andrew Smith, the 10-yard run-up and the kick from the 40-yard line, and we're underway. A ball that is bounced on one hop to the 40-yard line, where a surprised North Catholic player was able to fortunately corral it. Dan Long was wide awake to deal with that kick, and here's North Catholic starting at its 40-yard line.
If he wasn't wide awake, he certainly is now. I want to say we talked about Coach O'Shea, Patrick O'Shea, and the Irish family, the Straubs, obviously. Irish Seamus Straub and Liam, their older brother Eamon, played here last year. He's at John Carroll University now.
He's a blue streak. All right, Prentice in the shotgun with Tobinski to his left on a 1st and 10 as we start the third quarter. Prentice, quick look, and the pass is complete to Maher at the 39-yard line. Fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Elizabeth Forward. Right at the outset of this third quarter, Devontae Brownfield.
Ball was knocked away by Jared Prawl on that little comeback screen. And then it was Devontae Brownfield, the junior, who picks it up, and EF, who had a turnover late in the second quarter, gets an early turnover here in the third quarter, and they start inside of Trojan territory.
So Elizabeth Forward, its 5th possession of the game. Well, we're just 9 seconds into this third quarter. And White ready to take the snap. He's got a couple of running backs with him. And a whistle before the snap.
That's going to cost the Warriors 5.
Bring it back to the 48-yard line of North Catholic. 3-0. Elizabeth Forward leads. Elizabeth Forward center is Grant Robinson. Murphy and Jester are the guards. Watton and Pra are the tackles. Checking with the sideline, Zion White. And now into the huddle to relay the play. It is a 1st and 15 for Elizabeth Forward, fresh off taking the ball away from North Catholic. Settles, flank to the right. He's got Mervis in the slot, Boyd to the left on a 1st and 15. Fake of the handoff and the pass to Mervis at the midfield. Mervis far side is able to fight his way. And still on his feet, still able to find yardage and almost got a first down. He was stopped near the 40-yard line of North Catholic and continued to stay on his feet and is brought down at the North Catholic 34. And it will be 2nd down and 1. Remember, it was 1st and 15.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup. Great second and third effort by Nico Mervis on that little, really a naked screen out there because it was just a little wide receiver screen with no blockers, and he did the rest, the senior, at 6'1", 187.
2nd down and 1. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. 1 minute into the third quarter. Handoff. And straight ahead, the first down, Flournoy with the dive forward and another Mr. Water Heater first down with Primrose making the stop. The ball at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Elizabeth Forward. Mervis and settles right. Boyd left. And White in between Flournoy and Brownfield on a 1st and 10. White set to throw. Fires down the middle, and it's incomplete on the post pattern with Settles. And a pass that was thrown well over his head. That brings up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, White had to get rid of it because Carson Laconi, Seamus Straub, they came right at him. Also Matthias Benson as well. He just barely got rid of that. Showed a good arm, but took the hit, tried to make the completion. It'll bring up the 2nd and 10.
Ball at the 31-yard line of North Catholic. Second and 10. Handoff. And going straight forward for a gain of a yard on that play was Flournoy. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 30-yard line of North Catholic for Elizabeth Forward. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. 10:09 set left in the third quarter.
Interesting, when they don't run Mervis, who has the big size we just talked about, they go with Flournoy. Brownfield's got good size, too. It's 6 foot 200, but they go with Flournoy, who's the smallest of the trio at 5'9", 182. Sometimes it's good if you can duck under the lineman, but hasn't happened yet tonight for Kyle Flournoy.
Pistol formation with White in front of Flournoy on the 3rd and 9. And the pass down towards the end zone, incomplete. Settles on a stop and go and was kind of held up there. Not that it was illegal, but it'll bring up a 4th down and 9. Ball at the 30-yard line of North Catholic. And a field goal attempt here would be 47 yards.
Fourth, you're probably going to go for it at the 30.
4th and 9.
Good block by Flournoy to give Zion White some extra time, and then the near side pressure came. Rocky Kopak took him down just as they released that football.
Now the shift into the formation.
Good quick
2 wideouts, 3 wideouts left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield. White firing to the near sideline for Mervis, and it is incomplete down around the 5-yard line.
I thought Mervis had that, Lanny. Maziar's on the coverage.
And the ball goes over on downs to North Catholic.
Gets credit for the pass defense right there. And I like the play call. It's got to either way. You're turning it over, you're getting a first down, or you're turning it over to 30. Your defense has played well. So North Catholic on their first play from scrimmage in the third quarter fumbles, but their defense comes up, they're up to the task, and they get the ball back.
At the 30-yard line, a differential of 10 yards because on the first drive of this second half, North Catholic started at its 40 but fumbled the football. Fake of the handoff and a quick flip out to this near sideline, and Liam Straub is brought down around the 29, 28-yard line for a loss of 2, brought down by Praw. 2nd down and 12 for North Catholic. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads, 9-10 remaining in the third quarter.
Hey, did Watton get a new number?
2nd down and 12. Shotgun for Prentice. And Maher the flank out to the right side. Laconi is flanked out left, along with Maziar's. 2nd down and 12. rolling left. Right-handed quarterback. Prentice, pump fake, pulls it in again, trapped near the far sideline, and fires it downfield, and it is caught at the 41-yard line.
Was he in bounds? That's the question. That's Laconey.
Liam Straub.
Laconey. That is a first down.
Was it Laconey? Excuse me.
Carson Laconey.
At the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. A Mr. Water Heater first down. And now Prentice is in the slot. No, he's not. Excuse me. Prentice takes the snap. The handoff to Liam Straub and a fumble. And Elizabeth Forward is on it again. Second time that we've had a turnover against North Catholic in this second half. 8:19 remaining in the third quarter. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads.
That's recovered by Nick Murphy. And this gives them the ball right back where their last drive ended at the 30. I believe, I'll check this and verify this right now as I check the offensive line. I believe Chase Watton is wearing jersey 53 instead of 67.
Pass near sideline. And run out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
It's Mervis.
Mervis up and limping as he gets back to the huddle. A Mr. Water Heater first down. Ball at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Elizabeth Forward, leading 3-0.
Mervis skips off to the far sideline, not putting much pressure at all on that left leg. We'll see if he gets taped up and comes back in the game. Big loss on both sides of the ball. Very versatile players, Nick Mervis.
Isaiah Turner is in now. Brownfield and Flournoy in the backfield. Shotgun or pistol formation. And here's the handoff to Brownfield. He goes straight ahead and picks up a couple of yards to about the 18-yard line to bring up a 2nd down and 8. 3-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Ball's at the 19-yard line. So it is 2nd down. No, I was right the first time. It is the 18, 2nd and 8.
He stood up there by Seamus Straub. Carson Laconey as well.
Settles and Boyd go right. And the running backs, Flournoy and Brownfield, one on each side of quarterback White with Turner flanked left. Hand off to Brownfield. He's going right, going to the far side, turning the corner down to the 10. And inside the 5-yard line. Maybe brought down right at the 5. It's a first down, a Mr. Water Heater first down. 1st and goal for Elizabeth Forward at the 5-yard line.
Well, Urief, you didn't take advantage of the first turnover. You're certainly on your way to take advantage of the second turnover after a couple of runs by Brownfield, 2 with 13, and 1st and goal for the Warriors. Second time they've had 1st and goal. The first time got a couple penalties, and that ended up in the field goal for Andrew Smith.
Boyd left, Settles, and Mervis right. Mervis in there. Flanked into the right slot position as White gets set to take the snap. Handoff straight ahead. Touchdown. Brownfield, a 5-yard touchdown run. Elizabeth Forward leads 9-0 with 7:02 left in the third quarter.
Short field, 2 turnovers, second cashing in. First touchdown of this contest to Devontae Brownfield. Had the big game against Freeport. And that's touchdown number 10 on the season for Brownfield.
Andrew Smith. Smith getting ready to kick the extra point out of the hold by Lewis. Penalty is declined, and now we'll get the extra point attempt. And the kick by Smith is true. 7:02 remaining in the third quarter. It is Elizabeth Forward 10, North Catholic nothing on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For every concussion that happens in professional sports, 5,000 happen in high school games. That's why Excella Health is pleased to have concussion specialists on staff. Running the concussion program is Dr. Jim Masterson. Dr. Masterson is a credentialed impact consultant and leader in concussion management. Excella Health also has the most advanced equipment and experienced people. To make an appointment with Dr. Masterson, visit myexcelladoc.org or call 1-855-EXCELLA-DOC. That's 1-855-EXCELADOC.
Hoping to provide you with the best seat in the house. Liam Straub is going back deep for North Catholic, along with Maher. And Smith ready to kick from the 40-yard line. And Elizabeth forward out in front 10-0. 7:02 remaining in the third quarter. Smith, the 10-yard run-up and the right-footed kick. Taken at the 17-yard line, far sideline, 20, 25, 26 maybe. Maybe that was the extent of that return there by Fennell. And here's North Catholic. North Catholic has turned the ball over twice in this third quarter.
4 plays, 30 yards on that touchdown drive after the fumble. The Straub fumble recovered by Nick Murphy. Brownfield's 5-yard touchdown. 27 yards, 7 carries, and a touchdown now for Devontae Brownfield.
And North Catholic spreads it out. 5 wideouts. Prentice on an end around the jet sweep, and the play is stopped after a gain of 2. Liam Straub, the ball carrier. And it is the ball is at the 27-yard line. Second down and 9. 10-0 Elizabeth forward leads. All alone in the backfield, quarterback Prentice. Set to throw, running now and in trouble, but he gets away. Running to the far side to his left, and he dumps it off over the middle. It is complete at the 39-yard line and a first down. Tackle made after a gain of about 5 on the play. As the pass to Laconi. And a first down.
Downfield. That would have been a first down, but yep. Comes off the books.
Was a 2nd and 9, would have been a first down to about the North Catholic 45-yard line, but with Prentice scrambling as he's done much of the day.
He's done well. That would have been a huge play with Laconi near midfield, but that cost him 5 from the spot foul. The flag was dropped near the 32, maybe the 31.
Ball now at the 22-yard line. And it is second down and 15 for North Catholic with Straub in motion. Prentice fakes it, fires down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete around the Elizabeth forward 35-yard line. Well, a great pass from Prentice. Maher was the ball carrier, or was the intended receiver.
And Mervis, who's back in, gets the pass defense. Almost. Just separated that from Maher at the last second, did Nico Mervis.
Now third down. Third down and 15.
Certainly testing.
The ball at the 22-yard line of North Catholic.
Certainly testing Mervis, who's the safety of that leg injury he left on the last drive.
10-0 Elizabeth forward leads. 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. And a quick out route to Topinski. Topinski spins away from a tackle, but he's going to gain up not enough yards to get the first down. He's brought down by Logan Jester. At the 28-yard line, it is 4th down and 8. 4th and 8. Boyd and Mervis are back deep, standing at the 45-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. And the punt from Maher. This punt will come from the 15-yard line. And Boyd, fair catch, 44-yard line. Elizabeth Forward set for its 7th possession of the game, leading 10-0 in this semifinal game, with the winner of this game to play the winner of Central Valley and Keystone Oaks, with Central Valley, last time Bob checked, holding a pretty sizable lead.
Yeah, 56-14. That is upped a little bit. These are numbers and drive numbers that you're not going to like if you're North Catholic. 7 possessions, 3 punts, a missed field goal, a half ending, and then 2 fumbles.
Both of the turnovers against North Catholic in this third quarter, and the second one of the quarter leading to the Elizabeth Forward touchdown. And a straight-ahead dive there by Mervis, and he's going to gain a yard out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play, and bring up second down and 8 with 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. Drive started at the 44, the ball now at the 46-yard line. Settles right. Mervis in the slot to the right. Boyd left. Second down and 8. Handoff. And straight ahead, nothing there at all. It's going to bring up a third down and 8 as Brownfield was the ball carrier, but could not find a seam at all. Now third down and 8, ball at the 44-yard line of Elizabeth Forward with 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
No seam, not even a stitch, as he tried to come left on that run.
Mervis going right with Brownfield. Flornay the only running back. Boyd flanked left. Third down and 8. Elizabeth Forward at its 44-yard line. White to throw, and the dump off over the middle, and it is incomplete. The pass there incomplete to Brownfield, who I had mentioned it was in the slot to the right, and now a fourth down, and Elizabeth Forward getting ready to punt. Liam Straub is going back deep.
Smith on to punt for the Warriors. Straub back for the Trojans.
This punt from Smith will be from the 30-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. And Straub is standing at his 20-yard line. And a flag.
It's on the Trojans.
4th and 8. The penalty, Bob believes it's against North Catholic, and it is. That will move the ball into North Catholic territory and bring up a 4th and 3.
I don't think it changes your strategy here if you're Elizabeth Forward.
Now the punt will now come from the 40-yard line, and Straub has to move back to his 15.
This gives them a better chance to pin North Catholic inside their own 20 with the returning all-conference punter Andrew Smith.
And they kick away, driving to the near side and out of bounds. About the, I'll tell you exactly.
13.
It's a 13-yard line.
I don't see
for North Catholic.
More teams at every level don't just punt it to the sideline like that. Smith will take it. You get him inside the 20. It's not about the net. It's about where you can get your opponent to start from. In this case, North Catholic starts inside their own 15.
Prentice, Musto, the center. Remember that this North Catholic team has been out without their starting center, Jack Friel, because of an injury. Prentice under center. Topinski, the running back, on a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Prentice lost the ball. Scramble for that loose ball. And I think North Catholic has held on, but let's wait to see what the officials decide. Yes, it will remain North Catholic's ball.
Yeah, Prentice got back on top of it. Fortunately.
Second down and 10, 13-yard line. Boy, that ball.
With 3 fumbles on 4 possessions to start the third quarter would be disastrous, especially inside your own 15.
Second and 10. 10-0 Elizabeth forward leads. 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. Prentice scrambling. Going left. Right-handed quarterback. Fires it away, and it is intercepted at the 30-yard line by Nico Mervis. Mervis makes the interception. It is the third turnover against North Catholic in this quarter, and we've got a North Catholic player down.
That might be Prentice. That's a ball to Prentice, I think. Just needs to throw that away. Try to kind of, you mentioned it, he's right-handed, so he's running to left. He has to shift his body around, kind of throws back against the grain into the middle of the field, and there's the safety, Mervis, picking it off at the 29-yard line. So, indeed, it is 3 turnovers on the first 4 possessions of the third quarter for North Catholic. That's a recipe for disaster.
2:35 remaining in the third quarter. Elizabeth forward 10, and North Catholic nothing. The 3-0 lead late in the first quarter. 25-yard field goal by Andrew Smith. 3-0 was the score at the end of one. 3-0 was the score Elizabeth forward at halftime. And then Elizabeth forward tacked on the touchdown, the Brownfield 5-yard touchdown run, just a bit shy of the halfway point of the second quarter. Extra point by Smith, good to make it 10-0.
Look at the left leg of Prentice. By the way, just give you 2 updates. No update on the game opposite of this one. Central Valley still leading Keystone Oaks 56-14. Update you on the 6A championship game. Central Catholic has come back to take the lead over North Allegheny 24-21.
North Catholic. Its first drive of the game was not impressive at all. Net minus yardage on that drive. Tried a 36-yard field goal, did North Catholic in the second quarter, but 36-yarder not good. All right, here we go with Elizabeth forward. Once again, great field position. White to take the snap. Mervis is flanked out to the right side. We keep tabs on him on a regular basis. Ball at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. And White fires down near sideline. Caught! Touchdown by Zach Boyd. Incomplete pass. Now, Boyd looked like he was all alone and ready to make the catch, but it is incomplete.
Got to step on the coney. What happened was on that fade to the near side, he kind of had to turn around and lost his straight footing. Because it's out in stride, it's an easy 6. But he kind of turned around, and when he did, turning his body back to the quarterback, White, he just could not secure it cleanly, and it slid through his hands for the incompletion.
Now 2nd down and 10, ball at the 29-yard line of it's a 29-yard line of North Catholic for Elizabeth forward. White to take the snap. White firing for Boyd again, and incomplete. That timing route, Boyd wasn't looking or cut towards the inside, and the pass was more to his left. Now 3rd and 10. 2:25 remaining in the third quarter.
It was Liam Straub on the coverage. Almost exact, well, not almost, was the exact same play on the fade. This time, not even close to being completion, however.
At the 29-yard line, 3rd down and 10. 10-0. Elizabeth forward leads. Semifinals 3A. Mervis is set to take the snap here. Got 2 blocking backs to his right, and he's going right. But nothing there. Mervis stopped near the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10 for Elizabeth forward at the North Catholic 29-yard line.
That is the tightest sidecar formation we've seen. They shift White from left to right of Mervis, and they're lined up 1, 2, 3 right next to each other. There's literally no space between them. So just a different, unique formation that the Warriors used. Didn't help on that play as Mervis was dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
4th and 10. 10-0 Elizabeth forward leads.
He might be angling down to take a timeout here.
Minute 40 remaining in the third quarter. And a timeout called by Elizabeth Forward stops the clock with 1 minute 32 seconds remaining in period 3. Central Valley and Keystone Oaks, the other semifinal game at Central Valley. Well, Bob and I had the Keystone Oaks South Park game last Friday, and it was a spectacular game. Came down right to the final seconds of the contest, and Elizabeth Forward able to pick off a pass and the interception in the end zone as South Park was trying to drive late in the game, down by 4, and that's what Keystone Oaks won by, 4 points. All right, fourth down and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line of North Catholic for Elizabeth Forward. Mervis and settled flank to the right. Boyd left. White as Mervis in motion from right to left on the screen pass where it's a lateral, and now the pass from Mervis for Boyd, and it is intercepted in the end zone on a deflection. Picked off by Lacconi, and North Catholic guilty of 3 turnovers in this quarter. Picks off the pass here. And
well, you like to have a touchdown, but really that's just works as a punt. It is Liam Straub who deflects it, and it was an opportunity for Boyd to catch it, but a good job to come over and get it first for Carson Lacconi, and that's going to – no, it's not. They called it incomplete. I'm wondering why the ball's at the 29, so maybe he dropped it intentionally.
Okay, the incompleted pass is the call, and so North Catholic has it
they get
at
9 yards.
29-yard line.
And
who's the quarterback?
Prentice does come in. He's a little bit limping a little bit.
And a whistle before the snap.
It's a false start, I think, on the Trojans.
It is a procedure call against North Catholic. Move the ball back to the 24-yard line. First down and 15. Minute 23 left in the third quarter. 10-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. Liam Straub flanked out to the left. Topinski, the running back, just to the left of Prentice. And now Liam Straub coming back the other way in the formation. Prentice, Topinski, straight forward. Topinski finds running room and is brought down at the 32-yard line, brought down by Nicholas Murphy. It was a 1st and 15. The gain is to the 32, and it is 2nd down and 7 for North Catholic. Final minute, period 3. Prentice, 5 yards back of his center on the 2nd and 7. Handoff to Topinski, spins off a tackle and is going to gain maybe another yard after spinning away. And then gain out to the 33-yard line to bring up a 3rd down and 8, or 3rd and 7 rather.
Good spin to get around Praw, but then right in the middle there, Brownfield brings him down. So great way to stay home and stay on him for Devontae Brownfield.
Now the ball's the 32-yard line of North Catholic. 16 seconds remaining in the period. Topinski moving to the near side, and Prentice rolling right, rolling to this near side. Prentice stops there, gets away from an ankle tackle, and goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Pushed out by Brownfield, who's coming away from the play limping.
Get credit for a sack on that. Prentice has been under pressure a lot. He's had to run and scramble around a lot. Cost him an interception, cost him an injured ankle, and this time it cost him the 4 yards. That's going to be credited to the 2nd sack of the game for Elizabeth Forward, and another punt for North Catholic.
When we come back at the end of 3, Elizabeth Forward 10 and North Catholic nothing on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
A good story makes people listen. A good story communicated well makes people take action. Carlow University's communication majors become experts at taking a good story, telling it effectively in written, oral, or digital communication, and then instilling it with a call to action that could change the world. Carlow communication majors participate in internships with Pittsburgh's leading companies, which helps them apply what they learn in the classroom to the real world. If you want people to take action, major in communication at Carlow. Please visit carlow.edu or call the department chair at 412-578-6347.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment. Lifestyles. Opinion. Weather. Photo galleries. Video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
And North Catholic punts right at the outset of the fourth quarter, and here is Elizabeth Forward set for its 9th possession of the game and starting right at midfield. 3 times North Catholic turned the ball over in that third quarter. Trailing 10-0 is North Catholic. Elizabeth Forward. Boyd flanked out to the left side, settles to the right, and White in the slot as Mervis is set to take the snap. 1st and 10 ball right at midfield. Opening minute of the fourth quarter. Mervis keeps it after bumping into Brownfield, and Mervis slices his way off left guard and gets to the 43-yard line for a pickup of 7.
He kind of, it was not intentional. You mentioned bumped into him, but almost like he just shrugged Brownfield off. Like, I'm not handing off to this you. I'll just shrug you off and run left for a pickup of 7.
Yeah, it's gain of 6, ball to the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Mervis, slot left, settles left, Boyd right. White the quarterback. Snap. And straight ahead for Flournoy. And close to the first down. Just a little bit shy. The ball is a half yard shy of the first down. Just outside the 40-yard line of North Catholic. We're a couple of minutes into this fourth quarter, and it's 10-0 Elizabeth Forward leading, and Elizabeth Forward with the football. Settles left. Mervis left. Third and a half yard. And Flournoy is unable to get the first down. He stopped in the loss of a half yard on the play, bringing up 4th down and 1. Daniel Long led the stop.
Great cut under by Long, the defensive end. He's a sophomore, 6 foot 210. That actually lose a half a yard.
4th and 1, ball at the North Catholic 41-yard line. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, 10-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. White into the huddle.
Well, if it's still 3-0, you may punt here. 2-score game, you go for it. You're confident enough to pick up. Yeah, Brownfield's still limping, Lanny. He comes slot right. He's not 100%. And
timeout called by Elizabeth Forward. 9:42 remaining in the fourth quarter. 10-0 Elizabeth Forward leads. A field goal, the 25-yarder by Smith in the first quarter. The 5-yard run by Brownfield.
Update on the other 3A championship, or not championship, soon-to-be championship for Central Valley at 63-14.
Elizabeth Forward had not won a playoff game.
Soon-to-be championship appearance, I should say.
Elizabeth Forward had not won a playoff game in 20 years, and then last week knocked off Freeport. And here Elizabeth Forward is less than a quarter away from finding itself in the 3A championship game.
Well, their defense, we talked a little about it. Both defenses talked about coming in, but the Warriors' defense has been really, really stout and stern and stingy tonight.
All right, here we go. 4th and a yard for Elizabeth forward at the North Catholic 41-yard line.
Got any other S words to describe the defense that I missed there?
Yeah. Under center is White. Quarterback sneak, first down. A Mr. Water Heater first down to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Elizabeth forward.
Sometimes it's just simple. You trust your offensive line. You trust the quarterback. Mervis is the biggest runner, but you go Zion White, the sophomore. He's got good size at 6'2", 207. You just take the snap, and he goes between the center and the left guard. You needed one. You picked up two.
And White running back to his left or running back behind him. Ball at the 39-yard line of North Catholic, and the handoff to Flournoy, who goes straight ahead before being stopped by Tyler Primrose. And a no gain at all. 2nd down and 10 for Elizabeth forward. 8:50 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Primrose, the junior defensive end, has made a couple nice tackles, including that one. He's a junior, I mentioned, at 5'11", 210. It's a nice job to come. Left defensive end, the play was running opposite of him, but he just slides down the line of scrimmage and drops Flournoy for no gain.
We have seen both White and Mervis take snaps in this game. And right now it is Mervis. He's got 2 blocking backs to his left on a 2nd and 10. Is this play going left? Sure is. Here's Mervis, cuts it outside, 35, 30, first down, 25, 20, still on his feet, 15, and gets down to about the 13-yard line. Another Mr. Water Heater first down for Elizabeth forward. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line of North Catholic.
25 yards on that pickup for Nico Mervis, 63 on the game, and that's a huge drive and a huge Mr. Water Heater first down to get inside the red zone once again, trying to put some insurance on there and secure your first ever championship berth.
Mervis will take the snap. Got White in the slot right. 2 blocking backs to the left of Mervis. Ball at the 14-yard line of North Catholic. Mervis going left. Mervis to the 10 and then bounced out of bounds around the 8-yard line. They'll stop the clock with 7:33 remaining in period 4. And the ball at the 8-yard line. It is 2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4 for Elizabeth forward, leading 10-0. A chance here to make it a 3-score game. Set up here, Mervis. 2 blocking backs to his left. 2nd and 4. Mervis cuts it back up the middle and walks in for a touchdown. 8-yard touchdown run. A Mr. Water Heater touchdown, as it turns out. And it's 16-0. Elizabeth forward leads. You know, all the time we'd been seeing that the blocking backs to the left cut it left. That time Mervis started left, 1 step left, and then cut it up the middle. And now Smith with the extra point. Out of the Lewis hold. And the kick driven into the night successfully by Smith. Elizabeth forward 17 and North Catholic nothing. Guess it shouldn't be surprising to folks that typically in the playoffs you see a lot of the home teams winning, particularly keeping in fact that this year the WPIAL decided that there would not be neutral sites for the semifinals, but we'll see how it plays out. And this time here tonight in Mars, the visiting team has a 17-0 lead.
Last week, Lane, it was 19-22, the home team's winning. That's an 8-play drive for the Warriors to go 50 yards, 4:22. Mervis gets the touchdown run, another touchdown in the playoffs for Nico Mervis, and on the season, that will be touchdown number 6, and that's just huge the way this game has played out, the way the EF defense has played. They've held North Catholic at check. Now if you're North Catholic, you got to pull out all the stops here the rest of this ball game.
Smith sets the ball at the 40-yard line. Liam Straub is back deep. So is Fennel and Maher. And the kick. Liam Straub, 10-yard line, near side hash mark, 15, 20, cuts it outside the numbers, 23-yard line, spins away from a tackle and gains another 3 yards before the play is stopped. And here's North Catholic. 7:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. North Catholic down 17-0.
Well, just in case you're wondering, or in case you bet the over, which I hope not because it's high school football, 70-14 Central Valley now, upping their lead over Keystone Oaks. Central Valley Mercy rule every game so far this year on their way to trying to defend their championship.
$27-yard line for North Catholic. Prentice, Topinski to his right. Prentice the shotgun. And rolling right. Looking to fire downfield, and it is incomplete. Ball hit around the 38-yard line. 38-yard line
Benson
of Elizabeth Forward, with Benson the intended receiver. Stops the clock with 7:13 remaining.
Sukup on the coverage. Sukup Andrew is his brother also on this team. Really, he just stayed with Benson. There was a little bit of a collision at the end, but I'm not sure that was a chance for Benson, even though he's a pretty tall target at 6'3", to catch that ball.
17-0. Elizabeth Forward leading, ball at the 27-yard line of North Catholic. Second down and 10. Topinski in motion from left to right. Gets the handoff, and just after getting the ball, he was hit and maybe picked up a yard on the play.
Lost a yard, it looks like.
Well, you're right, he lost the yard. 26-yard line, third down and 11. Third and 11. Ball at the 26-yard line, 6:48 remaining in the game. Musto the center, Jones and Steven the guards. Nicotra and Primrose the tackles. Topinski running back, 2 wideouts each way on the 3rd and 11. Fake of the handoff. Coming to the left side, Prentice. And Prentice is stopped at the 31-yard line, and it'll be a 4th down. That stop made by Buccina. The 32-yard line. It is 4th down and 5 for North Catholic at the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
Got to go for it, right? 17-0. Halfway through this fourth quarter. Semifinal.
Nobody back deep for Elizabeth Forward. Prentice, shotgun, set to throw, fires, it is caught, and a first down. Maziar's made the catch at the 39 and gets to the 45-yard line. There's a flag, comes in late. Ball to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, a Mr. Water Heater first down.
The first Mr. Water Heater first down of the second half for North Catholic.
Personal foul.
That's a shot to the head.
Against Elizabeth Forward. And this marches the ball into Elizabeth Forward territory to the 40-yard line. It was a 4th down play.
It's a definite shot in the arm for North Catholic, right?
Shot in the head, shot in the arm.
Yeah. Shot of adrenaline as they were kind of on life support on 4th down, but it's Prentice to Maziar's, and then the 15-yard puts them into EF territory.
5:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Prentice with Topinski as the running back. Liam Straub in motion from left to right. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. Rolling right, Prentice set to dump it over the middle, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. And then the play is stopped almost immediately at the 31.
It's Maher.
Maher was the receiver, and it is now 2nd down and 1. 2nd and 1 at the 31. 4:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. North Catholic trailing 17-0 with the ball. Prentice flips it to Pinsky. Topinski going right, trying to turn the corner.
No.
And he is bounced out of bounds.
It's close.
And close to a first down.
Well, Pro Cup forced him out further to the sideline, and then Brownfield runs him out. He ran into the stick. No, I thought that mark was a yard short, so he gets no gain.
3rd and 1 it turns out to be. 3rd and 1. .439 remaining. Elizabeth forward 17-0 over North Catholic. Prentice hands it off to Pinsky, coming left, coming to the near side. Topinski is unable to get the first down. He was close. And Nico Marvis made the stop, and here's a 4th and 1 for North Catholic. Believe me, Topinski was ever so close to getting the first down, but just as he approached that pivotal piece of turf, he was pushed away. 4:10 remaining in the game. Prentice under center, quarterback sneak, first down, a Mr. Water Heater first down. But time is running out on North Catholic, 4:02 remaining. 17-0 Elizabeth forward leads.
Although we update on the 6A championship game, Central Catholic up 10, 31-21 over North Allegheny.
Ball at the 27-yard line of Elizabeth forward. Rolling right is Prentice. Now he hands it off to Topinski. Topinski goes straight away and is rudely knocked down by Spencer Ross at the 22-yard line. It brings up a 2nd down and 5. 2nd and 5 for North Catholic, 3:30 left. Topinski just to the right of the shotgun quarterback, Prentice. And a timeout. 3:21 left. Elizabeth forward 17. North Catholic nothing on the Trib Live High School Sport Network.
No hot water.
So you're out of hot water. Well, Mr. Water Heater is available 24 hours a day as an essential business. Call us today for the best prices on water heater repairs and replacements. We follow all CDC recommended guidelines in order to keep you and your family safe. So give us a call today and we will do our very best to give you same-day service. Call Mr. Water Heater, 412-823-6000, or visit us on the website at mrwaterheater.com.
All right, here we go with North Catholic's 2nd down and 5 play. 3:21 left. Prentice, shotgun, play action, and fires. It is incomplete. The ball hit at the 5-yard line. It was Liam Straub who was making the cut across the field, or Benson rather, across the field. And it brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Prentice is hurt for the 3rd time. He's got heart. The junior wants to stay in there, but doesn't look all too balanced. He wants to stay in. He's frustrated, but going to come out.
And Laconey, he is now in a position to take the snaps in these waning moments of the game. 3rd down and 5. 23-yard line of Elizabeth forward. Low snap. Laconey picks the ball off the turf and then he finds himself on the turf at the 26-yard line.
Buccina the sack. Spencer Ross with the fumble recovery.
And another North Catholic player down, and it is Laconey who's on his back. That is the 4th turnover of this second half against North Catholic. The scoring in this game, late in the first quarter, 25-yard field goal by Andrew Smith. 3-0 the score, Elizabeth forward in front at the end of 1. That was the halftime score. And then just a bit shy of the halfway point of the third quarter, Bronfield, 5-yard touchdown run. Extra point by Smith was good to make it 10-0 Elizabeth Forward. And then just a little bit shy of the halfway point of this fourth quarter, Mervis, an 8-yard touchdown run with the Smith extra point.
Lest I forget, want to thank our fine crew here from North Catholic, the video crew, John Hoffman, the producer and the director, Patrick Sharp, Noah McFadden, running the cameras, and Aaron Kelly on the stats board. We appreciate them for helping us out today, making us look good as Laconie. I thought he was kind of bent over. He's kind of right. He's not putting any pressure on the right leg. On that sack, he kind of got bent over. And so that's down 2 quarterbacks now for North Catholic.
Both leaving on consecutive plays, and both in position taking snaps on those plays.
Well, here's terms that we just said in a couple of sentences, Lanny. 4 turnovers in the second half and both quarterbacks leading on consecutive plays. You never want to hear that. And in this case, that's kind of the kind of night it's been for North Catholic.
All right, now Elizabeth Forward with White set to take the snap. The ball at the 25-yard line. Flournoy takes the handoff and puts his head down and gets out to the 31-yard line for a gain of 6 with 3:01 remaining in the game. Second down and 4, 17-0 Elizabeth Forward in front. For North Catholic, third time in 4 years it has advanced to the semifinals, but 0-3 now apparently in those semifinal games. Not that we need to get ahead of ourselves here, but we're in the final 2.5 minutes with Elizabeth Forward owning the ball and the lead. And the straight ahead first down, and the pile was pushed back on that Flournoy run to the 40-yard line.
Way pushed forward for Mr. Water Heater first down. Apparently owning the line of scrimmage as well as Elizabeth Forward.
2:15 remaining in the game. 3-0 was the score at halftime. First and 10, ball at the Elizabeth Forward 40-yard line. The clock down to 2:01 now. There is not a 2-minute warning at the end of the half or end of the game in high school football. All right, White, he's content to take his time. Mervis shift from the right side of the line to the left side. Flournoy, the handoff, takes it outside and is able to get about 5 yards to the 45-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. Stayed in bounds, and 1:30 remaining in the game. This 3A semifinal game, the winner to take on Central Valley in the championship game will be at North Allegheny next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Second down and 5, 1:10 remaining. And White is going to take the snap 4 yards back of his center and is going to apparently kneel after taking the snap. There we go. Yes, he does, genuflect. 50 seconds remaining. The knee taken by White back 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. 38 seconds remaining in the game. And it'll be the same thing. White, 5 yards back of his center, will take the snap and puts his left knee on the ground. And that, my friends, is this semifinal 3A game at Mars High School. A Gatorade bath for Mike Colodi, the head coach of Elizabeth Forward, as he has led his troops into the 3A championship game. Final score, Elizabeth Forward 17, North Catholic nothing on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Unlock your story and find the power to do amazing things. California University of Pennsylvania gives you the keys to unlock your passions, your abilities, your dreams. With over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs and degrees, CalU will help you shape your story, change your world, and build your future. Unlock your story. Learn more at calu.edu.
No hot water.
Okay, we get it. You have no hot water. But Mr. Water Heater is an essential business that is available 24 hours a day to meet all of your water heater repair needs. We have the best prices around. We follow all CDC recommended guidelines in order to keep you and your family safe. Call today and we will try our very best to get you same-day service. 412-823-6000 or visit us on the web at MrWaterHeater.com.
An art therapist, an attorney, a currency options broker on Wall Street, a paleontologist, a member of the PA House of Representatives, a cancer researcher, a teacher. These are just a few examples of how Seton Hill University graduates are changing the world. In fact, 98% of Seton Hill graduates move on to careers or advanced degrees within 1 year of graduation. This is well above the national average. But then, Seton Hill students and faculty are well above average too. Learn more at setonhill.edu/visit campus.
Check out the new trip.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show presented by Comfort Keepers, only on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me and Team HSSN for all the scores with recaps from the top games and a wrap-up of the night's action on the HSSN Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show presented by Comfort Keepers, Friday nights after the game on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
17-0. Elizabeth Forward wins the semifinal game over North Catholic. The quick recap of the scoring for you. Late in the first quarter, Andrew Smith, 25-yard field goal for Elizabeth Forward, 3-0 lead for EF, and that was the score at the end of one, and that turned out to be the halftime score. But then 3 turnovers against North Catholic in the third, 4 overall in the game. And in the third quarter, the only score of the quarter, Bromfield 5-yard touchdown run. Smith, the extra point, made it 10-0. That was the score after 3. And then 7:29 left in the fourth quarter. Mervis, the 8-yard touchdown run, 17-0. Elizabeth Forward advances to take on Central Valley in the championship game next Friday night.
As far as numbers-wise in this one, Elizabeth Forward, defenses would put them into the championship game offensively. The trio of Brownfield, Mervis, and Flournoy last week had 310 yards. Tonight they get 144, 27 yards and a touchdown for Brownfield, 77 yards and a touchdown for Mervis, 40 yards for Flournoy. They get 53 in the air, so they only get 197 yards of offense, but they post their third shutout of the season, and they stymie North Catholic, 61 yards of rushing and passing for North Catholic, so a total of 122 yards. And the turnovers, big factors. Here's your second half possessions for North Catholic. Fumble, punt, interception, punt, fumble. You're not going to win very many games doing that. Plus only 2 first downs, 6 total in the game for North Catholic. And it's the first ever championship appearance for Elizabeth Forward. 70-21 is the final score, Central Valley. So the defending champs await the Warriors next week at North Allegheny next Friday night.
All right, are we all set commercial-wise?
We are good.
All right, so in the battle of the unbeatens tonight at Mars High School, the final score, Elizabeth Forward 17 and North Catholic nothing. WPIAL football brought to you by Seton Hill University, Excella Health, the United States Air Force Reserve, California University of Pennsylvania, Mr. Water Heater, Carlow University, Comfort Keepers, and Trib Total Media. Friends, thanks very much for joining us. Once again, our thanks to the folks here at Mars High School and the good folks at North Catholic for their hospitality. The final score as Elizabeth Forward moves on to the championship game. And on behalf of Bob Orquist and Spencer Fratteri, we bid you a very pleasant good night. Elizabeth Forward 17, North Catholic nothing. This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
You have been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2020 WPIAL football playoffs, only on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and sponsored by Seton Hill University, by Excella Health, by the Air Force Reserves, by Carlow University, by Comfort Keepers, by California University of Pennsylvania, and by Trib Total Media. You can follow all the district fall sports every day by logging on to tribhssn.triblive.com. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.